Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Jacqueline and thank you so much for joining me on my jungle story. Today I'm going to be doing some repotting. I have 4 new plants that I have. I've had them for a while, to be honest. They've been sitting on my kitchen island for about 2-3 weeks now, so they really need to be taken care of. I have also forgotten to water them maybe once or twice, but they're okay, they're surviving. But yeah, they need to be potted up. Is that a bug? Is it moving? No, it's dirt, it's okay. Wow. My heart literally started racing there for a second. Yeah, I have 2 begonias and 2 philodendrons. Wow, I did not plan that out. Yeah, I actually don't have any begonias in my collection. I used to have a Begonia maculata, I think it is, but I don't know what it was. That plant just, yeah, I want to say it didn't like me, but it was just really, it was me. It was obviously me. I was doing something wrong. I think I was just forgetting to water it consistently. I know the begonias like to be pretty moist or have quite a damp soil. They don't really like to dry out. They also have very, very fine roots, so which obviously does make it understandable why that they like to have a moist soil mix. So yeah, I've been kind of putting off doing the begonias because I want to make a more specific soil mix for them. Because the chunky mix that I actually use for almost all of my plants, I don't really think that the begonia is going to appreciate that because they do have very fine roots. So I am going to make my own. I think I'm just going to make I have some cocoa coir, some vermiculite and some perlite, just for like a little bit of drainage. And yeah, I hope that they're going to like that. As for my 2 philodendrons, I'm just going to pop those 2 in my chunky mix. I've had pretty good success with the philodendrons that I have. They seem to be pretty happy in that mix. So I'm actually first going to do them because the mix that I have is, yeah, I already have a chunky mix all ready. I have a little bit left over, but it looks like it should be enough for the 2 philodendrons. So I'm going to do those first. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, so starting with the 2 philodendrons, I have a Philodendron Campii, I think that's the way that you say it. So beautiful. It's actually, since I've gotten it, this is a new leaf. And yeah, it's just really pretty. I think this is also a very underrated plant. I wanted to actually get a baby one, but then I saw a lot of people say that this plant is a really slow grower, and although I do have patience, I don't have that great of patience. And this one was not really that expensive. I keep on thinking I can see a bug on here, but it's not. I recently watered this and it's just, there's dirt everywhere. But since I have gotten it, I don't know if this is something that it had before, but it does have that sticky residue on it. I used to have this on my crawling philodendrons, on the Migdal and the Plowmanii, and it just got so bad that I put those plants upstairs because they were irritating me so much. But they have this these yellow teeny tiny little dots on the back of the leaf, although you can see it there. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it very well. Actually, you can see it on the front as well. I don't know if you're going to be able to see. Do you see that? All of these little dots. You can see it there as well. Oh yeah, you can see it better there. Yeah, I don't know why. And they're sticky as well. They're not So I don't know if this plant came with it, or I don't think it did. I'm gonna have to check this one as well. This one doesn't seem to, I don't see anything on this one. I do, when I do get a new plants, I do take them either upstairs in the bathroom and I give them a shower. Even sometimes with a really, like an old sponge that's really gone soft, I'll go over the leaves just to make sure that I get rid of any, if there are any pests, dirt as well, especially if I know, like for example now, that it's going to take me a while to find the time to repot them. Now the mix that this one's in, so this is the Ring of Fire. This was actually a plant that I wasn't 100% sure on getting. I don't know. Yeah, I just wasn't 100% sure. And I saw this and the price won me over, to be honest. I paid 10 euros for this, which is nothing for a Ring of Fire. I think I saw a Ring of Fire baby online for, I think it was like 15 euros. So the fact that this one, oh, it was 10 euros plus it was 25% off. The garden center was doing this massive sale on all of the indoor plants. So it didn't force me to get it, but it was just that little nudge that I needed. And I definitely don't regret it, because since I've had this plant, it is definitely one that I take my time to look at it, and I just think it's so pretty. I was really scared of like the variegation. I'm scared of it going brown. I'm kind of a little bit traumatized by my Monstera elbow that I had, which I don't have anymore. I think my mom is the only one who still has a living survival of that plant. Yeah, all the other cuttings are sold or I just got rid of. But that plant had so much variegation, and all of the variegation was just getting like brown and getting these brown little dots, and then it goes completely brown and then crispy, and it was stressing me out, and it's kind of traumatized me on variegated plants. Although that I have a variegated alocasia. I don't know how you say it. I know it starts with an M, and I don't know. But that one has kind of restored my faith in variegated plants. So this is my first attempt actually at a variegated philodendron. So we're gonna see how she does. I know that she can technically climb, but I kind of like the way that she looks like this. So I'm not gonna put her on a pole. I'm just gonna put her in a different mix. Although that the mix does have a lot of perlite in it. If you can see, it does have a lot of perlite in it. So that's pretty impressive for a garden center. This one, on the other hand, I bought online, and this is just purely cocoa coir. So yeah, I need to take that out of there. And I'm hoping that this EFN story does not, is it called EFN? I still don't know. I think I talked about this in my first video. But it stresses me out. It does also here on the stem. That's actually what that dirt is that it's all sticky. Are you serious? I'm gonna have to go and get her in. Okay, so I'm hoping that I can nip this in the bud, and maybe with a new, I don't actually know what the reason is for EFN. I really don't. I have read that it's not harmful for the plant, but it's damaging the leaves. Like, it's not, I think for aesthetic, is that the right? I think for those reasons, it's just, yeah, as a plant parent, it's very irritating, because you do spend a lot of your time staring at plants, and if you're constantly seeing this, it just irritates me. But I'm not gonna give up. I really wanted this plant, and I just think it's so pretty. It really gives like that jungle vibe, which is what I'm going for. So I have all my pots here. I am in the process of changing all of my pots to clear pots, because I found that it helps, how do I say this? It just helps my anxiety. It doesn't yeah, the pots that are not in clear pots, I get really worried when, especially if something's going wrong with that plant, and I'm like, oh, what could it be? And it could always be the roots. Like you never know. And with the clear pots, it saves you the trouble and the time of having to look at the roots. I take it, take it out of the pot, and it's just like a whole faff, which I don't really have time for. So this really does save time. So I only use clear pots now. If there's a plant that I do use, it will be because it'll be a bigger plant. This is like the biggest pot that I can find at the moment. I need to actually have a look online, but it's really annoying because it has this like dip in it, and I mean these are orchid pots. Well, not all of them are. But yeah, I think we're first gonna have a look at the roots. Just give it a bit of a squeeze. Okay, doesn't have a very big root system. I did have a feeling that it wasn't, because when I ordered this plant, I actually ordered it part of, Mitch got this gift card for this web shop that we buy plants from a lot actually. And I really wanted this one, but you have to spend like, I think it's over 70 euros to get free delivery. Otherwise you have to pay delivery. So we kind of save up a little bit and wait, or I ask my mom if she wants plants from that website, and then we just order together. But yeah, when we placed that order, it took forever to get like a shipping notification. We even contacted them and they said, oh yeah, we haven't shipped it yet because this plant was not in stock. Even though on the website it did say it was on stock, which is kind of irritating. They should have just sent us a message. But yeah, anyway, so it turned out well anyway, because it was a week where it was really, really cold. So it wouldn't have really been the best timing to ship plants. So it kind of all worked for the best. But this one was not in stock. So when I got the plant, I did kind of have a feeling like, oh, this is not going to have the biggest root system when I get it. And it doesn't. The roots feel really healthy, but I don't want to damage them too much. And I'm really hoping it's not in one of those, like, those little nets that they have. I have a feeling that this, well, mind you, it doesn't look like it. But every single time you get a plant from a garden center, I know it's the nurseries, it's not the garden center. But yeah, they're always in like these little, either the plastic little pot for what they grow the seedlings in, or it's in like this netting. It's so annoying. I can definitely feel, yeah, I can see where this plant started. The middle of it is like really hard, but that's like really compressed. Oh no. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see, but look, you can see like the hard little part. The roots do look really healthy. I kind of wanna, I am happy that they did use cocoa coir and not the basic soil mix that nurseries use a lot. And it smells a lot better as well. Is it just me, or is it the smell of soil? I don't know, it just sometimes has a very satisfying smell. I guess that's just a thing for plant lovers, but I hate that crackling sound. I always think that wow. the potting mat, but everything is next to it. It's just typical, isn't it? Please don't wake up now. Come on, self-soothe. Today would be a great day that you could learn to self-soothe. It's not happening today. Okay, I can feel one more like massive clump that I just want to get rid of, and then I'm just gonna leave it like this because I feel like I'm gonna upset this plant. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it like that. I could actually reuse this because it does, but I don't know. I'm always kind of iffy about reusing. I could use it for outside actually. I should just actually make a bin of soil from all the plants that I buy, and then I can use that for outside. I should actually really do that. Don't have the patience for these things. I always forget. Mitch always says you have to do it very slowly and then it doesn't leave that like sticky residue, but I don't have the patience for that. And it doesn't really matter that you can see the, I'm doing it anyway. I just don't understand why, like, oh, just get a sticker that doesn't do this. It doesn't really matter. It's going to go in a cover pot anyway, so you're not going to see it. Okay. Just going to put that over here. It's still, there's still some of that sticky stuff on it. Oh, so irritating. Okay. So this is the mix that I make. I have to say it's different every single time that I make it. Like now that looks like there's a lot of perlite in there. But yeah, I just do, so I get the cocoa bricks. I actually need to do another one. I get the cocoa bricks, perlite, I have orchid bark in here. I have, actually, now that I'm looking at it, I don't see a lot of, oh yeah, I do see it, I do see it. Okay, need a bit of a mix, but it is, I mean, that perlite is really good. But yeah, there is perlite, orchid bark, cocoa coir, zeolite and pumice in here, and I usually also do activated charcoal, but I don't have any of that. I need to get some, but that's usually everything that I put in my chunky mix, and I use that for a lot of my plants. But yeah, like I said, with my begonias, because I'm having my go again in begonias, I'm gonna make my own, and hopefully they're going to appreciate that. Okay, it's really wobbly. I usually don't really push down my soil mix, but this is really wobbly. Should I get rid of this leaf? It's going yellow anyway. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. And this little baby one here as well. And that one. Because there was a root, yeah, there's a root that I can see, it is really wobbly. I suppose when I water it in, it will be okay. There's no like massive pockets. There's a lot of perlite in this mix. But yeah, that's the plant. And that's what it looks like. Even just looking at this, like you can't see any roots obviously, but just looking at this is so satisfying. Seeing this mix. And you can just have a spa on your plant every now and then. I find it so satisfying. And I actually found, I know that might be a little bit dramatic, but I actually found being a plant parent or plant collector or whatever, I just found it more enjoyable because I feel like I've got more, like I can just manage my plants a lot easier with these clear pots. So yeah, that is the Campii. And I just need to get a cover pot, but we'll do that at the end because I have a lot of pots. And I actually also need to figure out where I'm going to put this. I think I'm going to put it on... Oh, that perlite is really dusty. I think I'm going to put this on my new shelf that I have, which will be I've done a whole like dedicated video on that. At the moment, the shelf is just put up. I've not like set it up or anything, so I've actually not even finished filming that. But yeah, I wanted to first pot up these plants because I think that I'm gonna put all 4 of these on that shelf. I don't know. I also have some grow lights, but they're these grow lights that you can pull out. Actually, I don't know if that video is going to be coming up before or after this, but anyway, I think I'm going to put them on that shelf. But they could change in a month's time. I don't know. I'm going to have to see. Luckily enough, I change my plants around a lot, but I think I am really, really lucky with the light in this house. Like at the moment, I do have my kitchen light on at the moment, but it is really, really gray. It's not raining or anything, but it's a really gray day. Like the sun's not even going to come out today. But the lighting is still really nice in this house. It has really big windows. Oh God. So yeah, I think moving my plants around a lot. I am lucky that I live in this house, but I really do need to stop doing that. I need to refrain myself from doing that and just pick a more permanent spot and think about it. I'm someone who just willy-nilly puts a plant somewhere because it looks good, not thinking, well, knowing in the back of my mind that plant needs this, this, and this, and it's not ticking one of those boxes, which is the mistake that I make a lot. But I'm thinking, I don't know, I'm hoping that it's going to be happy there. So that's plant number 1. Okay, maybe I should I get a separate bin? I'm going to get a separate bin for the old, well, not old, this is really fresh. Like this feels like what Cocoa feels like when I've just like put one of those bricks into water. So yeah, like I said, I think that plant was I think it was just maybe a couple of weeks been put in this pot. So yeah, which, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm still really, really happy. Okay, so I've gotten rid of that, putting that in this bin, which just had a little bit of like leftover cocoa. And I'm thinking I'm going to do the same with this one. So yeah, let's have a look at the roots on this one. Oh, that does feel like it's a little bit more rooted. It's a really nice mix that they've used, actually. Oh, wow. Check at those roots. Really happy with that. Really happy with that. Okay. Let's try and shimmy this off. I think it's trying to push out a new leaf, but from what I can tell, it looks kind of brown. Yeah. Oh, there's something pushing out there. I'm just gonna leave that, but I'm gonna take this browning off. There was also a leaf that was gonna come out of this. You can see, but it's not going to. It was very squishy in there. I'm just gonna leave it and see what it does. It's very, very wobbly. I should actually just have done this straight away in the box. Oh well. It's an old one. This one has a bit of a weird smell. It's not like a rot smell. It smells very chemically. I think they might have used a non-organic fertilizer for this, which they usually do to kind of force the plant into quicker growth, which is not necessarily the healthiest thing for this plant, for any plants actually. Carrying on, Madam is awake. The bottom of this root system is really, check at that lump. I'm not gonna go overboard, like it's not like I'm putting this plant in semi-hydro or anything. I'm just gonna loosen everything up a little bit. I would ideally like to get the bottom of it a little bit more so that it's not going all the way around. You get what I'm saying? Okay, surprisingly enough, this does not have like a massive clump underneath the base of the plant, which is pretty good. I'm pretty impressed by that. It's usually, I actually don't think I've had one plant that didn't have that I bought from a garden center. There was one plant, I used to have a huge Alocasia Sabrina, which I sadly do not have anymore because we put it outside because it was so big. I used to have it in my son's room, but yeah, as soon as he started crawling and semi-walking, we had to take the plant out of there, and it was just so big that we just didn't have any room for it. So we put it outside, and it did really well in the summer in the shade. But then it got cold quite quickly, and we forgot about it. I was also at that point, I was still, had I already given birth to Maya? I don't know, it was either the end of my second pregnancy or while she was just born, and we just forgot it outside, and the weather kind of turned pretty quickly because she was born in a week. She was born on the 10th of September, so she was, yeah, still technically a summer baby, but that was the week where we had what they called a after summer heat wave type of thing, even though it was technically still summer. Okay, that's way better, but look at that. Oh, such healthy roots. But yeah, it has a very particular smell. I don't see any rotting going on. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, the alocasia. Yeah, we just left it outside and it rained. No, that's not what I was saying. The last thing I was saying was, yeah, when she was born, it was a heat wave. That was the 10th of September. We had a week of a pretty intense heat wave. And then after that, the weather just turned so quickly. It just got really, it rained a lot, which we did really need it. But yeah, we got that plant outside and it kind of just went downhill very, very quickly. I don't think I have anything left of that plant. I know that Mitch tried to save the corm, but I don't think we have anything left over. Just because the soil it was in, it was, yeah, just like the basic soil mix that you can get. So it had no perlite in it, and no, yeah, it was basically, it was rotting. So unfortunately I was not able to save that plant. But yeah, that plant, when we potted it up into a pretty big pot actually, I noticed it was getting these yellow leaves and I couldn't figure out what was going on. So I took it out of the big pot that it was in. I think this was already outside. I think this was already outside because I split it up as well. There was technically like 3 different alocasias in there. Well, not different ones, like 3 corms, I mean. And yeah, we had a look and it still had the little netting around the bottom. And the roots were just like, it was the ball where the netting was around it was just white. It was all roots, and you could see that the roots were really struggling, and the roots like coming out, like roots can still come out of the net, but you're still restricting the plant. You still need to get that net off as soon as possible. And I did check this plant when I bought it. It was in a pot like this. It was in, I think this is 12 inch. Yeah, it was in a pot like that, and I did check it, but I obviously didn't check it well enough. And yeah, I took it out of there, and I mean, it was outside, so it definitely did take a hit. But oh wow, there's actually a lot of roots falling off this. It still looks pretty good. I'm still gonna put this mix into the box. Definitely gonna get another Sabrina in the future, but I might need to work on space first. Right, what size pot should I use? I have this one. I think I'm gonna, yeah. I think I'm gonna use this one because this is just, let's have a look. That's kind of pointless. Okay, I'm not gonna do that. She's going in a big one. Yeah, I think that's gonna work. That's gonna work. Okay. Should I put it like at the beginning of the pot? Because she is kind of leaning in one direction, and yeah, I think I'm gonna put her like at the beginning of the pots instead of there, just to kind of, because she does, like, she has roots here. I don't know, let's see, she has roots like here, so it would be great if that could like go into the pot. I mean, she's not a crawler or anything. I don't know why I'm treating her sort of like a crawler, but I just don't want to put her on a pole. If I put her on a pole, she'll be like this, which is also kind of pretty. Should I put her on a pole? No, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. Actually, I don't even have moss for a pole, so that's not gonna work. Okay. pretty wobbly, but she was beforehand anyway. I just need to, definitely need to water her, but she's gonna be wobbly for a while. I don't see any. Okay, so there she is. Oh, I have to hold her to show you. Yeah, I think she'll be really happy in there. She'll be able to stay in that pot for a while. Yeah. It's amazing how potting up a plant just makes it feel, I don't know, like a brand new plant, even though this is a new one. The leaves, I mean, there are some leaves that are a little bit damaged. You can see here. But there were only, I think there were only like 3 or 4 left. And I saw this in the beginning and I did think about it for a while we were walking around there. So I didn't just like willy-nilly put it in the cart. But yeah, I'm really happy that I got her. Okay, so next up are the begonias. I have this one. I don't know what the name of this one is actually. It just says Begonia cane double dot. Don't really know if that's like the right name for it. But it's like the maculata, but it's just like the dots are a little bit smaller. And yeah, I thought she was really pretty. And she's flowering. Look. Oh wow. Okay, let's have a look at these roots. The roots are already actually coming out the bottom. And I did just recently water this, so I might have overwatered it. Maybe I should just leave it. I'm kind of a little bit nervous to take this apart because the roots are... There's no perlite in here though. Ideally, I would like to have this in the mix that I said, and cocoa coir, perlite and vermiculite, but yeah, I feel like if I could squeeze this, water's gonna come out. I've given it way too much water. I basically put it in like a tray and I let it stand. But I don't know if you're gonna be able to see all those fine little roots. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna leave it like this. I'm really scared to take this all apart because these roots are so fine. There is a lot of new growth. Like there's a lot of new growth happening. And it's also flowering. Oh, I don't know. I think I'm just gonna leave it like this. Was this the pot? Yes, it is. I did take like the layer at the top away because it was pushing up against the leaves. Actually, I want to put it in a clear pot. Hopefully this is the same size. Is it gonna fit in there? Maybe should I put some at the bottom? Yeah, I'm gonna have to put some at the bottom. I'm just gonna use the cocoa coir from the bin that I have here, and I'm just gonna use that. Mix it up a little bit. See how that works. Okay, there's definitely a gap, but how am I going? I know. I've just made this so much more difficult for myself. Okay, I'm gonna have to maybe do it with my hand. Or should I just try? Okay, I've got like a stick thing to push the soil down because it's not easy at all. Just also because the plant's in the way. But there's a gap here because the pot that it was in is even more slanted, so I need to push some soil down there. It would help if this soil maybe was just like a little bit drier. It's okay, I don't need to water this anyway. I'm just gonna fill it up as much as I can. And there is some perlite in this. I am actually just reusing the soil from that the ring of fire was in, because there's nothing wrong with it. I've had it for a while, so it's not had any pests. I'm not going to pack this in a lot because I feel like the next time I water this plant, I'll see then if it needs a top up or not. I don't want to, I'm already stressing this plant out enough as it is. So I have at the bottom, like you can see the layer there of that I needed to add, but there's still all the way around here like a massive air pocket. See, this would be so much easier if I would just put it in a bigger pot. But I feel like if I do that, should I do that? It's not that much bigger. Should I do that? I like the size though. No, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to poke some holes in the existing soil that it's in, because I did overwater it, and I feel like if I push it in there anymore, it's going to be doomed. Okay, there are some leaves that have not survived. That's okay. Plants are hardier than we think. I'm still really happy that I'm giving it another go. Begonia is also really easy to propagate, so I do feel like maybe I should take a cutting to be on the safe side, to like have a backup. Maybe I should do that. But this is a very compact begonia. Like the maculata that I had was really long, and I had it on like a trellis and everything. Oh, so stunning. And the leaves were huge. Like I really hope. Is she pooping? No, that's a pot. That's a pot. Yeah, I'm thinking, yeah, I really want to get like really, I mean, just look at that. I just think it's so pretty. Yeah, I'm still really happy that I got this. And I am also happy that she's in a clear pot, because I'll keep an eye on her. Okay, that is plant number 3 done. And then lastly, we have this one. This is a begonia. It says Begonia Rex ferox. I'll look it up and put the name on screen. I don't know if that's like the right naming. Yeah, this one is, I'm definitely gonna have to do some research on this one, because it looks, look at the like the growth pattern of this. It's like going off the pot. think it just wants to, like attach to something. Got a very thick stem, but I just thought the leaves were so stunning. Like got these pointy, yeah, this, oh, like, and the back of the leaves as well, also really interesting. It really just stood out to me. I just thought, yeah, it was so pretty, so different as well to what I have. So yeah, I'm really excited to watch this one grow. But I'm thinking that I can see a lot of perlite actually in this mix. So I'm thinking I can maybe take this one apart. See, there is more, like there's more perlite in there. So I'm quite happy with that. Again, very, very fine root system. That's just typical begonias. But really, really healthy actually. It looks really good. Okay. I took like an hour break to have lunch and feed baby and put it to bed, but I kind of forgot where I was at and what I was talking about. I know I was talking about this plant. Anyway, I'm just going to carry on. She needs, I'm going to sit down for this to really have a look at her roots. But yeah, the soil that this one is in, it looks a lot better than the previous one. It does look a lot better. It's got like a lot of perlite in it as well. So I'm thinking maybe I shouldn't. Should I tear this apart? Should I not? What should I do? There's like a random leaf in the middle, it's just growing out of the soil. What is it doing? I don't know. I just have a feeling that if I really wanted to grow this one on a trellis, but I don't really know what I should do. There's loads of new growth. What should I do? The soil is coming off pretty easily. The soil of that other one is definitely not the right call for begonias, so I'm gonna have to keep an eye on that one. This one is way better just because I can also see there's vermiculite in there actually. And some perlite. I can also feel that the other one was more of a cocoa coir mix. This one is more peat based. I can feel it. Which is not really what we want now, is it? How we can go. Oh, this just came undone. This is obviously did that snap off? I think it did. I think it was already snapped though. It does have some roots. I don't know what to do with that. I still can't see like the start of this plant. Like, is this? I think there's just separate cuttings in here. I don't want to pull at them too much. I'm just kind of like massaging slowly so that I'm not, there you go, so that it just comes apart on its own. Okay, so that's one cutting. Really, really good roots. Really good roots. And for a begonia, I have to say, they don't. I'm sniffing at my plants a lot in this video. I just feel like you can can tell if it's a healthy plant or not by the smell of their roots and the soil that it's in. But yeah, look. If you can see. Really good roots. Quite happy with that, but it's growing like really wonky. Maybe I should cut this. Because if I pop it like this in a pot, that's not really gonna work, is it? I could do it like that and maybe put the trellis like here. But I think, I don't know, I'm gonna have to see. Oh, that just snapped off. Okay, I'm gonna make sure that I'm putting all like the dead leaves on one side, because otherwise I'm gonna get confused on what is a cutting and what isn't. Okay, this is another one, because this one also just came loose. There's another one. I don't know if this just snapped from the main stem. Another two. I'm gonna have to save one of these for my mom because she's definitely wanted one, so. Okay, cuttings over there. Oh, this plant was growing in all sorts of directions. Okay, this is definitely one like piece. I need to decide on how I'm going to do this, because it is growing in a very, it's got really healthy roots, like really healthy. Look at that. Okay, I'm happy with that, but now I need to figure out how I'm going to do this. That's a damaged leaf. Sorry, you have to go. So do you. You're okay. There's a new little leaf coming. Look at it. It's so fluffy as well. I love the way that the begonias grow. I think it's so much fun to watch. Why does she always have to do that when the baby's sleeping? Okay, I don't really know how I'm going to do this. I know that eventually, but I mean, look at the thickness of that. Like, that is one chunky stem. Okay, let's think about this. If I put it in like that, I can go up. Okay, thing is, I don't think I have a trellis. This is gonna look very awkward for a while. I'm definitely gonna keep one of these for my mom. That's so cute, a little baby one. Yeah, I'm gonna put that to the side. See, this is what started happening with my other begonias, this like crusting. Please don't do that to me this time. God, this begonia has got hairs like all up the stems as well, these really fine hairs, so it does make it really dirty. So I am gonna have to clean them. I have this one as well. I have this one. Maybe I should just pop. Maybe I should pop them in water and see how they go. I think I'm going to put those, how many do I have? 1, 2, 4. 4. I think I'm going to put those all in a pot. I'm going to have to watch this plant though, because I feel like all these little nooks and crannies are the perfect spot for bugs to nestle up in. yeah, gonna have to give her a really, really good shower, which I'm sure she'll appreciate. Okay, I'm gonna go look for a trellis. So I found a bunch of these. These are like bamboo sticks. They're a little bit weathered, but it's got a bit of a rustic look to it. So I'm thinking that I just need to make my own. I think that's just going to be the best thing, because if I don't do it, I feel like this plant is going to get super leggy. Definitely need to cut it because it's way too big. Yeah, maybe like that. And then do like bars in the middle. I feel like this is going to be such a job. But yeah, I feel like that's going to be the best call, because I know if I don't do it now, I'm not going to do it later. So I'm going to... is what I've ended up with. It's not perfect, but I don't know, I kind of like the rustic look of it. I'm gonna like take off all of these twine bits and just, yeah, I'm gonna cut them off once I've attached the plant, just in case if there's any like tweaking that I need to do. But considering I got this put together in about, I would say, 15 minutes, I'm pretty proud of that. And it does have a very like natural look to it. So we're gonna get this thing potted up. Because I have been at it for most of the day, and I want to get this done because it's bugging me. Okay, was this the front? Oh yeah, something else that I did that I didn't show on camera is that the last two I kind of like bent in between just for a little bit like more stability, because at the bottom it's very, but at the top it's a lot better. I should have actually done that with all of them, but this is not like, I'm gonna get a better trellis. Should I do it like that, or no, I'm gonna do it like that. So yeah, it's not perfect, it's not the prettiest looking thing, but I think this begonia is really gonna appreciate it. Which leads me on to the fact that I need to make a mix for the begonia. So I'm gonna do that first. And I'm gonna add some perlite and vermiculite. And then I should be good to go. I'm not even going to bother with the tag. I think what I'm going to do is I'm first going to pop it in. It's straight. The whole thing's not straight, but it doesn't matter. Okay. Why is it doing this at the bottom? Let's just come on there. There you go, that's better. Okay, so I'm going to fill it up. It's not like leaning in one direction. No, it's fine. So I'm going to fill it up. Don't like these really big chunks. Are you going to stay? Change angles so you guys can see what I'm doing. going to be such an awkward one, isn't it? I'm going to have to maybe just do that. There is actually another stem here that is, maybe I should put it there. Just to kind of see how she goes. I don't know how to do this one. She just looks really awkward. This is the one that's kind of like bent like this. I'm thinking maybe I should just cut her. But I could just do that. Okay, coming off. There's another little one that I've just taken off. It's just not going to work if I do it. And there's new growth there as well. So I'm hoping if I do this, and I'll just use some twine to like keep the leaves like up. But if I put it in there like that, I think this should. I think I'm gonna have to do that with this one. Okay, so she's in. I'm gonna do another one. To move out of the way while I'm doing this one. Okay, you are going there. God, this feels like an operation. Is that new growth or is that one that's been snapped off? I'm kind of thinking maybe I should just, with all of these smaller ones, start over. I don't know what I should do. Just because I feel like this one is so awkward. Having kids is so funny. See, like if I do these are all growing up, which means I can manipulate them a lot easier. I think I'm just gonna do that and maybe cut up the big one because it's gonna be really difficult to do something with this plant otherwise. This one as well, also growing really weird. I'm just gonna, that one doesn't have a lot of roots. I might just pop that one in water. This one has a pretty good amount of roots. Maybe I'll pop this one in here as well. This one could also actually grow upwards. This one also has really good roots, and it is shooting. Where is it shooting from? This one even has like look at that. That's from rubbing up against something, obviously. I think that was rubbing up against the side of the pot. It's shooting there again. I'm thinking I'm just gonna cut this one up. It does have the most beautiful leaves, but I think just for my own sanity, it's gonna be a lot easier doing it like this. So what I'm gonna do is just, maybe I should get my little dragonfly clips. Okay, I'm not gonna mess around with it anymore. Just, yeah, I'm just gonna do it. This is what I'm left with. It's not really looking very great. I need to give it a good water now, but I have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cuttings in here. So yeah, I'm gonna give her a really good shower, and hopefully she makes her way up the pole, or up the trellis that I've made. It's a really weird leaf. So yeah, that's it. Okay. Oh my word, if you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much. It has been a day. Honestly, I didn't think I was gonna finish it all in one day. So I am pretty happy about that. It has been kind of stopping and starting and stopping and starting, but I knew that was gonna happen when, on a day where I have my kids, well, my son is at my mom's, thank goodness, because then I think the background noise on that video would have been something. It really would have been something. Not that, I mean, thank you for bearing with me, because I know that the background noise of this video is also going to be my daughter babbling, moaning, crying, playing musical instruments, all that jazz. So yeah, it's just my life, to be honest. I kind of don't hear it. It's kind of just in the background for me, and I kind of just, I switch off. I don't really hear it anymore. But yeah, thank you if you did make it to the end. Seriously, because it's been a day. This little one does not look very good. It's looking kind of floppy. I did give her a good shower, but yeah, I'm gonna let her be now. I'm pretty impressed with the fact that I was able to put this together in like 15 minutes. But I am going to get a nice trellis. This is temporary. This is just because I knew that if I didn't do anything, I was never going to do anything. And now looking at this, it just makes me want to order one even more. Or maybe wait until I go back to work next week and get one at work. Because, I mean, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's, yeah, I don't have much to say about it, to be honest. It's doing its job. That's all I can say. It's doing its job. The 2 philodendrons were super easy. I'm just happy that I got them in my soil mix and that they are in clear pots. I think that was my main goal for these 2. I don't think I'm ever in the future going to put these 2 on a moss pot. I don't know. I might change my mind. I don't know what I'm going to do. But I just like the way that they look now, the way that they are. And this begonia is also one that I'm going to have to keep an eye on. I didn't want to do too much because she is blooming and she is giving me a lot of new leaves. But yeah, there were a lot of air pockets in the pot. So I'm going to have to keep an eye on her and just see how she goes. I also overwatered her. So yeah, we'll see how she goes. We'll see how she does. I think I'm going to put the 2 begonias, I'm going to give them their own little grow lights. I have like these, like, what are they called? Oh, they're like these grow lights with like the round, looks like a little bit like a halo. I think I'm going to do that for these to give them just that little bit of extra, because from my experience, begonias do like that little bit of extra light. And I'm thinking the shelf that I'm going to put them on, that it does get pretty good light, but only really in the summer. Yeah, I'm gonna see, but I'm gonna use a grow light for both of them. But yeah, that's gonna be today's video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I actually hope that maybe you also got some plant chores done. That's usually what I do when I do plant chores, is I put a video on and I watch that while I'm busy. So yeah, I really hope that maybe some of you have also done that and also joined me. I honestly actually didn't really plan this video. I kind of just thought, you know what, I might as well just pop the camera on and talk about my plants and bring you guys along. It kind of gave me that little bit of nudge to do it as well, because I sometimes do put off repotting because it just sometimes can be a little bit tedious, especially with 2 kids. I tend to rush through it as well, and this has kind of forced me to just slow down and enjoy it and really appreciate the plants as well, because otherwise it's just quick, put them in their spot and that's it. Whereas now I can really I can appreciate them, which is what I've been doing with plants more lately. I need to appreciate them more. But yeah, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really supports my channel. If you like this type of content, please subscribe. If you guys have any questions or yeah, any nice comments, please pop them down below. I would love to interact with you crazy plant parents. And yeah, I will see you in my next video. Bye.